So, on chapter 6 is mechanical equipment. What are these mechanical equipment for crying out loud? Mechanical equipment are those components or things that we see on our facility that helps the facility in order to start, stop, heat, cool, liquefy, vaporize, transfer, store, mix, or even separate commodity flowing through the piping system. That is what equipment are. And equipment can be in various form, and they all do various things. We have the normal vessel. The normal vessel can be used to store, can be used to mix, can be used to separate. That's why we have so many of them, just like separators, vessel, accumulator, fractional distillation, heat exchangers, and so on and so forth. All of these are vessels. All of these are what? Vessels. So let us talk about the horizontal vessel or accumulator, or I will just call it pressure vessel. So this is an horizontal vessel that is in a cylindrical shape. I think you do see this in your gas station when you go to fill your gas. This helps to store fluid, or to store gas, or to store any crude in order to pass it into the next phase. In order to pass it into the next phase. In your gas station now, it contains natural gas, or compressed natural gas that you will that is inside of there, that is being passed into your gas cylinder in order for you to use at home. Your gas cylinder is also an example of an accumulator. It is a vessel just to store gas, just to be used later at home. So that is just it. So it can come in various sizes. Like this one is a bigger one, so it can come in various sizes, more even bigger than this. The next one is, let us talk about fractional distillation column. This fractional distillation column is used mostly in refineries. It's used mostly in refineries. And what do they use it for in refineries? It is used to break down uh, crude oil from one process to another. From one process to another process. You break down crude oil from one process to this thing another, and the fractional distillation, it consists of different amount of components inside, just like the tray, the anchor, and so on and so forth. So this fractional distillation, this thing column is there. Crude oil is being put is being thrown inside, and various crude oil the various crude product is being gotten out of it at its raw form to be transmitted into another phase. So, and there are components that make up this fractional distillation column, which involve the ladder, the cage, and the platform. So what is this ladder? Now from this picture now, you, you will see ladder, and this ladder you have cage and you have platform to step on. Now this platform is where you can stay comfortably to do whatever you want to do on the fractional distillation column, either for servicing, maintenance, or whatsoever. Now, that ladder is used in order to move from one platform to another platform. And that cage prevents you from falling off the ladder drastically. So that's why that cage is being there in order to provide security while climbing the ladder. So that's just it. So let's talk about pump. A pump, as we all know, is a mechanical device that is used going to move fluid under pressure from one location to another location. Now we have various type of them. We have centrifugal, reciprocating, rotary pump, and what, and so on and so forth. We have various type of pump, and they all do the same thing, same service. That's what they all carry. So that's just it. So there's another thing that we call nozzle arrangement, but we will say that when Okay, well, once we talk about nozzle arrangement, you see that you call it nozzle arrangement or nozzle orientation. Now, all nozzles, like I said when I was talking about flange, I said all the nozzles have all the, all nozzles on equipment their their have their orientation where they are being placed at a certain distance above ground level to a certain height at a certain degree. That is just it. At a certain degree, at a certain height, at a certain length, at a certain space from the middle, and so on and so forth. That's how nozzles are, are being categorized, like are being arranged on equipment. So, and there's what we call vendor data sheet for equipment. That data sheet is being created by the mechanical design engineer that designs that equipment, or the manufacturer of that equipment itself. They are the people that will give you such a drawing. So that drawing now will make you to model the equipment accurately on Plan 3D or any other design software that we are using. It will help you to design that equipment. So once you have designed that equipment now, the next thing, but they are the ones that will design. Mechanical engineers are responsible in designing the equipment, but piping engineer is responsible to place the equipment on the layout plan. You place the piping designers place do equipment planning and equipment location drawing. Fine, because it is this location drawing that will make you got to know, okay, this way I'm placing this equipment, this way I'm placing this equipment at this elevation, at this west, this south, this north, this east. That you will know where to place those equipment distance apart from one equipment to another equipment, though there are procedure that leads to all those distance consideration. But piping engineers know, they are the ones that place those equipment the way they are supposed to be placed, but they don't design equipment. We only take data sheet from the process, from the mechanical guy, to so that we can be able to model it in our Plan 3D and use it to model, to give a conceptual model of our oil and gas facility. So other equipment such as compressor, which is used to compress air, pump driver, and we have various pump driver like our electric motor and so on and so forth. We have heat exchangers, and which comes in different from the share and tube heat exchanger. This heat exchangers just exchange heat in between two fluid. Let me say the the hot air may be steam, while the cold one that is coming in here might be crude oil. Then crude oil comes in, exchange temperature with the heat, with the heat of this steam, and the steam will come here, we go out warmly, and the heat and the crude also will come out of this place too warm, because after going through this phase, it has gained heat from the steam that comes in. And then, and these whole things are all metallic, but this this kind of tube here, I think they are copper. They have higher heat, they have high heat conductivity to conduct heat faster and pass it to the fluid, flowing through the heat exchangers, and then they come out what, warm. So that is just it. And we have this also double heat exchangers. They do similar thing as this other heat exchanger. It's a similar thing that they do. They are all heat exchangers. And we also have various equipment like the reboiler. It does the same thing as the heat exchanger too. We have the air fan, we have the furnace. The furnace is made to heat water got to become steam to use in the oil and gas process. The cooling tower help us to cool all our equipment, while the tank, the storage tank, which I think if you go to Apapa, you will see how they have tanks. You know, the Apapa in Lagos, they have tanks there, and those tanks are used to store crude oil. That's why it's called storage. You use to store storage tank. You use it going to store for a very long period of time before sending it to another process. So that is all for mechanical equipment. And I think there is vendor data drawing. This data drawing, like I told you, that um, it gives you the nozzle schedule, tell you this is the service for all the nozzles that you have here, A, B, C, D, and V. These are the size: 6 inches each, 10 inch, 8 inch, 1 inch. Yeah. This is the metric from outside of the shell. These are the ratings of the nozzles. These are the phase of the nozzle, raise phase, raise phase, raise phase. These are the positioning of the nozzles, the angle at which this whole thing is being positioned. So that is just it. It will give you detailed dimensioning of the equipment so that you model it on your plan 3D. You give a concrete model on your plan 3D. So that's just how. And this is another equipment too. Shows the same thing: the projection, the phase, race phase, race phase, ratings, metric from the middle, sizes of the flange, and then the service of each flange. Gives you detailed drawing of all the whole flange there. So that's just it. That is it. So that's just it. So that is just it. And I believe that's the end of mechanical equipment. The next one will be